What we have here is the Z-Band mini monitor. This package is available with our new Generation 4 product. And what this is a package that is sold one per system to the customer, and it allows the customer to do some basic adjustments and monitoring of their Z-Band system by connecting their computer to their Gigabud distribution hub, video distribution hub, via USB port on the hub. And what this does is it allows the customers certain functions like monitoring power supplies, telling whether the ports are active, which means that a bob has actually been plugged into the port. The bob is the bail-in unit. When it's cascaded, allows people to read the distances, closet to closet, the temperature of the unit, serial numbers. And in the next page, it does allow people to monitor the signal levels coming into the system. So essentially it buys them a very inexpensive RF level meter, and this is something that's very helpful in terms of trying to troubleshoot problems in the field. So let's go back to the first page here, and right now there are lots of zeros, nothing's really on here until I hit read status. And once I hit read status, it's actually pulling the micro on board the system, and you're noticing the switches coming on. And so you'll see a series of things basically saying that this unit is a wired CATV master unit. CATV means master in this case. It has the condition of the 5 different DC power supplies on board: the 12 volt, the 8 volt, the 6, the 5, and the 3.3 volts. And so you can see that the power supplies are all functioning within spec. The temperature on this unit is 32 degrees. That's the internal run temperature. Serial number, this is just on a demo unit, so the serial number has not been set. And this red light up here, this indicates that there is in fact one TV bail-in hooked up onto this system, and that's hooked up onto port 12. This also gives the customer the ability, if they want to try to control their ports, they can force ports off. So let's say it's in some sort of a multi-tenant dwelling where they want to give people the ability to watch TV. If they're paying for it, they can keep the ports turned off until they secure some sort of an agreement with the tenants, and once they do that, they can turn the ports on. So it gives them some user interoperability between the actual closet and the TVs out in the video drops. So back to the second page then is the signal meter, and the signal meter, what it basically does is give you levels of the signals coming in on a per channel basis. So if I hit scan, if I go through 860, it's going to take a while, so what we'll do is we'll just scan the first couple hundred megahertz of spectrum here, and when I hit that, you'll start seeing that it's actually now looking at each TV channel through the first 200 megahertz of spectrum, and it's giving you a level as defined on this graph. And right now, it's, you know, these channels are somewhere between 18 and 20 dBmV per channel. But where it's really useful, and this comes with if we need to do some troubleshooting with the customer, if they want to actually know what the level of an individual TV channel is, they can go to here, and let's just say we want channel 6, and we hit read RX, and channel 6 is coming in at about 18 dB MV. So it's a nice way to be able to look at your signal coming in and tell whether the cable TV has has changed the levels coming in, the amplifiers have changed, or the CATV provider has changed the signals. So this is the basic unit. But then sometimes we have to get into more complicated system diagnostics with the customer. And what this actually does is gives the customer the ability to do some greater diagnostics with the help of Z-Band, and that would be by entering a password into the unit itself. Okay, and so now if we go back to that first page, the first page, you can see there's significantly more buttons up here and different information things. What this does is gives the customer the ability, along with phone interaction with Z-Band, to make some adjustments on the system if we find that there's some things that aren't optimally adjusted on the system. While it's self-adjusting, sometimes with a real complicated spectrum going in, we need to maybe tweak a unit here or there. This gives the customer the ability to change attenuators and slopes within the units to make adjustments. And again, this is not something that they're left to do on their own. It's something that's done in conjunction with phone help from the Z-Band engineering staff. And on the first one, before it was unlocked, there was only 2 pages. Now, in fact, that there is a third page on here, and this third page now allows you to set up some other things, and basically the ones on this page have to do with some of our automatic gain control features, and allows us to make some slight adjustments on that. Also be able to read individual ports, dB levels on individual ports instead of just on a general input going in. So, and then going back to the signal meter page here, that's basically the same. There's a couple other things that you can do in here. But all in all, this does give the customer the ability, again, with some telephone guidance through Z-Band, to be able to do some diagnostics. The signal level meter lets them do some basic input analysis and allows us to helpfully prevent any kind of problems for going on for a long time, and help cut back or scale back on the need for any kind of a face-to-face visit. This will be basically part of a new system that we're going to have available late this year or early next year, that will be an IP addressable system. Each Gigabud unit has its own IP address, and we are in fact writing a control program right now which will allow this sort of detailed information, as well as automatic system mapping and things like that for the Gigabud systems within the whole facilities. And that unit then will be obviously addressable via your network, and potentially have the ability for Z-Band to actually get in without having to do a phone conference, but we could be able to get in and do diagnostics and any kind of repair adjustments via the internet, as well as the hospital itself or the facility itself being able to do the analysis and do system checks via their own network, via GUI interface that'll be involved in that.